Mental illness. A lot of you guys think in order to be mentally ill, you have to be like a serial killer or something like that. That is simply not true. A lot of you guys out there are mentally ill, and you guys don't even know it. How do you know if you're mentally ill? It's simple. Just open the TV and watch the people. If you see yourself living different than the people on TV, you're mentally ill. Look at your room. Does it look like the rooms you see on TV? And remember, being poor has nothing to do with being mentally ill. You could live in such a small room and be normal. Mental illness has no cure, but it's controllable once you acknowledge it and know you're mentally ill, and try to get a grip on your brain and change yourself. And remember, don't use any form of drugs or marijuana, because that stuff makes it way worse. It destroys your brain cells. Did you guys ever watch the movie Beautiful Mind? He was mentally ill, and he lived that way his whole life. But he acknowledged it, and he controlled it. Beautiful Mind. It's a beautiful, true story. Watch it. Today's story is just terrible. This woman basically kills her whole family one day for no reason at all. It wasn't even planned, because she was mentally ill and she didn't even realize it. Today's story starts off with Danielle, an astrology influencer with over 100,000 followers, so she couldn't be that mentally ill. She's just probably like some of you guys out there that are mentally ill without even realizing it. Anyway, one day she was reading the stars, and she saw that an eclipse is coming in the upcoming months, and she believed an apocalypse was coming and the world will end. So she went on her Twitter and tweeted out to her 100,000 followers all these weird things. She even tweeted out magic spells. I didn't even know magic spells worked that way. Danielle lives with her boyfriend Jalen and her two daughters. One is 9 years old and one is only 8 months. And Danielle has been living with Jalen for about 3 years, and their relationship was so nice. But as the solar eclipse nears by, their relationship starts to mess up. I don't know. Maybe it's because of the stress of the apocalypse and the world ending. Anyway, the night before the solar eclipse would hit, Danielle would start like panicking. She got out her tarot cards and she put candles and black feathers, and she was going all crazy. That night, Danielle and Jalen start arguing, and it escalates to a real physical fight that all the neighbors heard. Then Danielle would go to the kitchen and grab a knife and stab Jalen. She was unalive, and her 9-year-old daughter saw everything. Danielle then panics and then drags Jalen outside of her apartment all the way to the elevator. She's trying to get rid of the body, but then she told herself, what am I doing? So she would drag him back to the apartment and leave him there. Time out. Like and subscribe. God bless you. Do me right. I wouldn't do you guys wrong, and you know it. Let's go back. Time back in. Danielle is basically having a panic panic attack. She grabs her kids and leaves the apartment. She doesn't even close her apartment door. She goes to her car and loads the kids inside the car. Then she crashes through the building gates and goes onto a highway. And then she would do the worst thing possible. She would start slowing the car down and then reach and open the door and tells her 9-year-old daughter that's holding the 8-month-old baby, jump out the door. The daughter tells her, "No, mommy, no!" So, she would push her daughters out. Now Danielle would speed up her car, reaching over 100 miles an hour. And then she would see a tree and crash right into the tree. Boom! Police start getting calls that there's a little girl on the side of the highway, so they rushed out there, and they would find Danielle's 9-year-old girl still alive. But sadly, the 8-month girl passed away. And at the same time, first responders responded to a car wrapped around the tree, and they would find Danielle passed away. And at that same time, a neighbor living in Danielle's building saw a blood trail leading into Danielle's apartment, and the door was open. He would look inside and he would find Jalen. Police arrived at the scene and they put 2 and 2 together and they figured out that Danielle finished them all. I need you guys to do me a solid now. No names of course. Don't put nobody's name. In the comment section below, if you have any mental illness story, please share it. It could be about a neighbor, it could be about yourself, your family member. Any story you might think is a mental illness story, please share it in the comment section below. I'm Ahmed Monsieur. Thank you guys for watching today's video. Please comment your opinion on this story. And please like, share, and subscribe. God bless you. I'm out of this joint.